I am so excited to show you how to make this fun, funky loops bow today. This bow is very involved, so be patient with yourself. Our first step is to cut all our ribbon, and before we do that though, we need to decide how tall we want the bow to be. I am making my bow 2 inches high. I have a 2-inch ribbon guide right here on the screen you can follow in cutting your ribbon. If you want your bow to be bigger than 2 inches, then just follow this formula. And there are 4 types of folds for the ribbon, and I'll show you that right now. So you can do a loop and a tail, which would look like that. You can do 2 tails and a loop, which would look like that. You can just do 2 tails, which is doing a fold with the tails up. Or you can just do a loop, would just be like that. So following the cutting guide, you can cut the lengths of strips that you need for each fold. If you're a beginner, you can mark the ribbon so all the folds are exactly 2 inches tall. Turn my ribbon over here, you can see there's a mark right here and a mark right here, and that just helps us know, okay, I'm going to fold it right here, and then this one I'm going to fold right there, and that gives us exactly the 2 inches that we want. So I'm going to show you the first fold, which is a loop and 2 tails. So this is my longer ribbon, and I've got markings right here and right here. So I'm going to take my needle and go through the center where that first marking is, and then pull through. And I'm going to place my ribbon onto the barrette, and then take the thread and wrap it around. And we don't want any of the ribbon to be under like that, so you gotta pull it up and make sure it scrunches up on the top right there. So as you can see, it will look like that. And then once you've got that first part on there, just go ahead and continue wrapping it a few times. And then you can just tie it off. I just wanted to show you on this first one what to do if you run out of thread, because you will run out of thread. And so like this, you just go ahead and cut it off, and you rethread, and then basically just do that same thing over again. Now if you don't need to cut it, then you can just go ahead and do the next part. So now we're going to find our next mark and place our needle through. And then bring it up to the other side. Now we're just going to wrap it around. And again, just closing up the ribbon so it squeezes on top and not on the bottom of the barrette. And then you can tighten it a little bit and then squish it down to the side. So now you can take your next ribbon, and I'm going to show you how to do one loop and a tail. So on this one I've marked right here, and so I'm going to put my ribbon through, or my needle through that point. And place it on the barrette, and then we're going to go around then we're going to take the needle and put it through the end. Push that up there. So now I'm going to show you how to do a loop, add a loop to our Funky Loops bow. So you're going to be using your marks and you're going to, again, place your needle through the end. But because we don't have a tail, it's going to be very small. So just going to wrap it around the barrette. Again, making sure the ribbon is on top. And then bring your other tail down, or your other part of your loop down. Bring it up, bring the needle up through the same marking as on the other side. Again, we're going to wrap it around. Now that we're getting to the end, it kind of gets hard. But I wanted to show you what it looks like. And again, I'm at the end of my thread, so I'm just going to tie it off. And I have one more I'm going to put on, so basically I'm just going to squish it down this way and add another one right there. And that will be it for our bottom layer, and then I'll show you how to add some other ones in the middle. So I'm done with the base of the bow, and now I'm going to add some fun printed ribbon. So this bow this piece of ribbon here is for a loop and a tail. And so I'm going to put it in the middle somewhere. So I'm going to start out with my loop part. I'm going to place it, I think, right in here. So you put it in, and then you just got to wrap it around. And now that the other ribbon is in there, it's actually kind of easier to do this part because the ribbon will not go under as easily as it was going to before. So I'm just going to go around that one a few times. Now it's secure. Now we're going to make the loop part. And so I'm just going to find my marking. It's right there. And then bring that down. And then wrap it around. And so you're just going to want to make sure to keep it straight and even, and then just the pulling will help scrunch that up. And there's that one. So what basically we're just going to do is just keep adding. And so I'm going to add these ribbons through here. Here's how my bow is looking so far. So I'm just adding and keep adding until it gets super full. And then as you're adding, you can pull them to the sides so you can fit in more. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to put in this 7/8 inch loop. So I've already folded it in half, and I put my needle through. And I want it to go right about here. So I put it where I want it, and then wrap my thread around. And then when it has no more give, then we're on to the next one. And this one is a loop as well, so I'm just going to fold it in half. Bring it down there, wrap it around. And then tighten. Okay, and that is done. Just flip it up. You just keep going, just keep adding more and more. And I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done adding all my ribbon. Here's my finished Funky Loops bow. You can also add rickrack, lace, marabou, lots of different fun things in the ribbon. And then you can also add embellishments on top of the loops, and that gives it a whole nother cute look. So now we're almost done, and we just need to finish it off. So if you turn it over, you can see all the threads right here. So we're gonna cover it up with a piece of ribbon. And so it's just a small piece of ribbon like this. Make sure that the ends are sealed. And we're gonna take the hot glue gun, and we're gonna place hot glue in the middle on top of the thread, and then take your little piece of ribbon. Okay, so once that's on there, then we can take our metal piece and just slip it back in. And once that's put in, all I gotta do is just close it, and that finishes our Funky Loops bow. Have fun, and remember, the best place to get all your ribbon is right here at the Ribbon Retreat. We have a huge selection, awesome quality, and fast shipping. Be sure to check us out. Thanks for watching.